Yo, what's up guys, Infamous bringing the hot shit, that fire shit, and today we're talking about some more Injustice 2. Now this game trailer has actually just been released like a couple hours ago that this video is going up, and I am so psyched. And then on the PlayStation website they actually put a description telling about the game, and we're going to talk about confirmed characters, the storyline, you know, the different modes or different variation of the characters and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So first of all, we know that we have Aquaman, Batman, Superman, and the Flash, and those four were already in Injustice, the first one, Injustice the Gods Among Us, or Gods Among Us. The game was amazing, by the way. If you guys haven't played it, go play that shit before you play this, so you at least get a general idea of the story mode, or just watch a video on it. And then this trailer also introduces Supergirl. Now you guys can watch my live reaction. It is the video right before this one. So there is Supergirl in this trailer. That blew my mind because I was not expecting to see her at all. If anything, Wonder Woman was the one I was expecting to see, and see her different variations, and we're going to talk about those in just a moment too. But that is really cool that we already have, you know, Supergirl confirmed. I mean, Supergirl's confirmed, Flash, you know, Batman, Superman, and also Aquaman. Not only that, but we will also be getting Atrocitus, which is a, you know, red ring user of, you know, of the lanterns. He's a red lantern user. That's of Rage. I don't know too much about him, but it's kind of cool. He's a bigger guy, so we probably can see him as a big figure, kind of like Bane or Doomsday in the Injustice game. It's a possibility. Or he can be like a mid-sized character, you know, somewhere around there, somewhere between the big fig characters and the regular sized characters. And we also have confirmed Gorilla Grodd. Now that is fucking amazing. I'm glad those two characters already confirmed because they weren't in the first Injustice game. And it's really cool that we have Gorilla Grodd because we really don't have too many or at all any Flash villains. I mean, I guess you could quote unquote, I guess you could say, you know, what's her name, Killer Frost in Injustice. But honestly, I mean, Flash doesn't have that many villains, and Green Lantern only has Sinestro, so it's kind of good they're kind of spreading out. Because I mean, there's rings, there's hell of lantern rings in the universe. So I'm glad they're actually inserting that, and they said this is gonna be one of the biggest rosters for a DC game out there. And I think that's fucking amazing. Plus, I mean, it's DC, which I love. You guys know I'm a DC fanboy, and it's a fighting game. I love fighting games, so this game right here is just 100% great with me. I love it. Now on the website, it is going to be a sequel, of course, to the 2013's Injustice Gods Among Us, and it's going to have new characters, new environment, and it's going to take it to a brand new level. It's going to go even better with the environment destruction and interaction. So we're going to see a lot more of that, and I mean, I can't wait to see what they're really going to put into this game. Now, like I said, there's variations, and they call this the gear system, allowing players to build their own versions of Superman, their Batman, and ultimately their ultimate, you know, Injustice universe. Now, I do want to talk more about that in just a moment, but I'm going to go ahead and read some more about this. The gear system uses RPG-like mechanics to reward you with loot drops every time you play the game. So every time you play, you get a loot drop. With each loot drop, you earn character-specific gear, outfits, and power-ups to your roster, not only changing the look of your character, but the fighting strategy and the personal approach of your, like, every match that you play. So it seems like with each variation or each gear system or every loot box that you get, you'll get a different variation or a part of, you know, a different, you know, costume part or something. Like, I feel like every character is gonna have, every form is gonna have that basic, you know, Batman or Superman or Wonder Woman or Green Arrow or Flash or Aquaman. It's gonna have that one basic moveset, and depending on the loot and the gears that you have on, it probably change the combos up or change the moves up and stuff like that. And I think that works good and bad. Mostly good because, I mean, you can have variation. Now, I was gonna do a video on this, and I'm still gonna do a video on it, talking about them introducing variation just like they did in Mortal Kombat X. Because if you guys haven't played it, Mortal Kombat X actually introduced the variations where each character had 3 different forms they could take on, you know, still having the basic same moveset, but then taking it and adding something to it or taking something away to where they would have different abilities or different moves, like insert different moves here and there. I think that worked really well for Mortal Kombat X. And my thing for Injustice 2 is the fact that they're saying these gear boxes and loot boxes and the gear system, that makes me worry about, you know, people who play a shit ton, they're gonna obviously have the best gear, which is a good thing. You know, grind out, get your best gear. But my thing is, I feel like they're really gonna introduce, and it is good from a business standpoint, but it's unfair as far as competitive battling, as far as, you know, being competitive in this game, is they're gonna have microtransactions. Now for me, that I don't like that, because it just seems like, you know, how they're gonna balance the game, how they're gonna make sure they balance every variation of every character, you know, to another character. I don't want to hop on the game and I'm playing with a friend and then he has this loot and it's just unbeatable, and then I have this loot from this other character and I can only do so much. So I really hope they can balance it. I mean, I could see if you do microtransactions, you know, for in-game currency, so you can, you know, build up and have money, or have the in-game currency to go ahead and buy the gear box that you want, or the gear outfit. You know, maybe the occasional, you know, I wouldn't say gear boxes that you can buy offline, because that just kind of makes it unfair, because people can spend $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 and buy every single gear box on the PlayStation Network or the Xbox Live Store, and then they have the best costumes out there. And I think that's a little unfair for people who don't have that luxury of just buying a whole bunch of, you know, DLC microtransactions. Now I say they can definitely do microtransactions on, you know, like appearance wise, costumes, DLC characters, all the stuff like that. I think that's something they should really fucking do. And in my opinion, if they do that and make it balanced, I think it can work well, because I did want them to incorporate, you know, different variations of our favorite DC characters into this game, and they're actually doing that. They actually kind of listen to us, or at least I guess they're on the same page as us, and I really do like that, because that's something that I personally wanted as well. But I just hope they make it balanced to where each character, you know, isn't overpowered over another one. I don't want to hop on Superman, this nigga loses no health and he kills me in one punch. Like, that'd be hella unfair. That'd be stupid unfair. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen, but I mean, I just want every character to be balanced. The microtransactions, if you're going to sit here, you know, have people who buy $1,000 worth of loot boxes and then they unlock the super rare, ultra, one of a kind, 1 in 100 outfit, then that motherfucker's OP. And that's gonna be a little bad for the community, because a lot of people want to do this competitive. Because if you guys didn't know, Injustice actually made it to Evo, and you know, people want to go back. I mean, Injustice 2 is gonna be that game, and I have a lot more stuff I'm gonna talk about in my own separate video. So oh guys, look out for that shit. Now keep looking through here. It says, as you gear up, you're building a roster of DC heroes and supervillains that reflects your choice and preference. It says, which can be vastly different than your opponents. A few play sessions in you, and you can expect to see Aquaman play different than other Aquamans that you come across in the game. So it's really cool that, you know, I could be playing this, like my Green Arrow, and then another guy plays his Green Arrow, but our Green Arrows will be different characters. And I have ideas for DLCs that they could give us as well, so you guys look out for that. I mean, as far as like appearance wise or costumes and stuff like that, nothing, or possibly even DLC characters, so you guys look out for that shit. I have a lot of videos coming your way. Also it says, and of course we're going to continue the epic story of the Injustice universe. Last we saw them, Superman was imprisoned in the Red Sun prison cell, while Batman was continuing the good fight across the forces that would see Superman's Trinity back in power. Where do we go from here? So it's kind of good. They are actually going to continue from the Injustice storyline from the first game and really continue, because and the Injustice storyline from the first game was good, and I like how they represented it. It was really good, and hopefully that really crosses over and is just as good in the second game. But yeah, that's all we know so far. So we have those new confirmed characters. You know what I mean? Atrocitus is coming in, Gorilla Grodd, and also talking about another character, we could possibly be having Captain Cold in this game. One, because he's really, you know, favorited by the Flash fans. The Flash is an amazing show. It's done so well, and Leonard Starr, you know, the actor he plays him, does an amazing job. I can even see them doing DLC just for that alone, like the whole Flash show and having the costumes and stuff like that. I think that'd be really dope too. And you know, maybe we'll get, like, I have a wish list that I really have in mind, like a lot of characters I could see. But it's possibly that Captain Cold could be in there, because in the trailer you see Captain Cold's gun. That seems like it might be possible. We will see. I'll, you know, type it down below in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Are you hyped for this game? Are you not hyped for this game? Do you think we're gonna get Captain Cold? Who do you guys want? Or save it for my wishlist video. I will see you guys in the next video. This is Infamous, and I am out.